Today on the channel, Roran Kebab, CZ4, and Biggs Darklighter. Everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for our daily Star Wars unboxings and reviews in 2021. And possibly beyond. And today we take a journey back to the coin collection figures. But remember, for all your Star Wars needs and a whole lot more, hit up Big Bad Toy Store. Link in the description below. So the coin collection figures, I don't know what the official title is for these figures, but they're really good. They're the next level of 3 3/4 inch Star Wars figures after we've had the Power of the Jedi, after we've had Power of the Force, and after we've had some of the movie figures, stuff like that. Really getting us into the next level, giving us more articulation, give us some deep cuts we've never seen before in the Star Wars universe. So there's a certain amount of charm with these figures. I remember them all day long at Kmart, so specifically in my area. It just seemed like these were at every single Kmart with pegs upon pegs. I was not buying these at the time. I really regret not picking up a few of them out there, as some of these are more challenging to find. Some improved re-releases, some straight-up re-releases from other lines, and then some brand new figures, and that's what we're looking at a little bit here today. So we're going to dig on in, we're going to head through these, and we're going to talk about it, but we're going to do it like we usually do. We're going to take a look at the packaging, we're going to talk about it, we're going to unbox it, we're going to talk about it. We'll see where it goes from there. So let's start it off with a Jedi. Why wouldn't we? We love a Jedi. What's this guy's name? Roran Kebab. Now, I don't know any Star Wars lunatic out there, at least not me, that would memorize these guys' names. Biggs, we all remember Biggs, but man, this droid, CZ4, and then Roran Kebab, man, you got to have a really good, dedicated memory to Star Wars, and if you are that person, my hat's off to you, because man, it's hard to remember all these names, especially these crazy Star Wars characters with crazy names. But this guy was in that original Clone Wars cartoon, before the one everybody loves. I forget what it was called, like, not Tchaikovsky, but it was something along them lines. But it was an interesting one. I really didn't like it a whole lot. I believe it aired in like 5-minute increments on Cartoon Network back in the day. I really wasn't feeling it, but then, I don't know, a year ago, let's call it, it went up on Disney Plus where they put it all together, made it a full story, and it's much better and easily watchable now. So I do recommend that if you've never seen it, maybe check that out. And I guess he plays a part in that because I see a picture of the cartoon on the back, so I wanted to make sure that was mentioned. But let's take a look at the packaging on him first. Very crazy angles with all these, like we've seen before with these coin collection ones. It comes with the coin, of course. We also got Roran with his lightsaber, a little fancy lightsaber for this guy. He reminds me of a young Momon Nadan, you know, old Hammerhead. So he's part of that race out there. He is not a simple gardener, as we learned with Momon Nadan. He is a Jedi, and he's ready to fight against Darth Vader and all of his opponents out there, which I guess he was a little bit before Darth Vader, but you guys know where I'm going with that. But really cool packaging on this one, and it's a deep cut. It's a deep cut Jedi. Gonna go great in the Jedi display, of course. There's the back. There's that cartoon animation picture I was talking about. You got Star Wars logo up top. You got a little blurb. We got to read a blurb, of course. We got the old cross cell down there. No Jedi Master points with these, which is awfully unfortunate if you ask me. But let's read the blurb. Let's see what's going on with old Roran. Roran? I believe that's how you say it. He's an Ithorian. And he is a Jedi Master. His weapon of choice, of course, a lightsaber. And his characteristic, a bellowing battle roar. Ooh, there you go. Roran Kebab takes on the duties of a senior general during the Clone Wars. Along with his Jedi compatriots, Shakti and Fal Mudama, Roran is assigned to protect Supreme Chancellor Palpatine from General Grievous. But despite his skill and bravery, plot twist, Roran is killed by the cyborg general in his unrelenting push to capture Palpatine. Old Grievous, getting one over, killing our boy Roran Kebab. Just hard times. Hard times out there in the Jedi world. You never like to see any Jedi die. Just a sad, sad scene there. But yeah, Roran, I'm sure he fought with all the Jedi he had in him to, not die, but he did. So it will do this unboxing in tribute to a fallen Jedi friend. How about, there we go. Let's get him out of the package. Come on, there it is. See you later. Oh, we got the cross cell. I love it. See you later. Whoa, off there. Now, I always love these. This is something that's missing. There's a lot of things missing from toys these days. Even back to these, back in, what was this, 2007? 2007, Kyle, your memory. Oh, who would have thought? There's a lot missing. That was 14 years ago, which is an eternity in the toy business. I miss these cross-sell things. Just always really cool, I thought. A lot of good stuff. Promote the other lines. See you later. Get out of here. Plastic Prison, Roaring Cobb right there. He's got his credit collection coin. Gotta love a good coin. Now, I've heard, now somebody can fact check this, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe there's a story for each one of these, and this coin right here, you can take this to any Chick-fil-A in the United States and you can get yourself a kid's meal. Only a kid's meal. Chick-fil-A being a little cheap. You know, Chick-fil-A, no stranger to controversy, as we know. I'll never forget the first time I had Chick-fil-A. During the old starting lineup collection day, or starting lineup convention days, back in the 90s. Starting lineups were changing the world. My dad and I, we went out to Cincinnati. We went to the starting lineup convention. We shook some hands, kissed some babies, got some exclusives, and then we had Chick-fil-A at our hotel. It was like right attached to our hotel or something. And we went there like 4 times. As young Kyle, young early teens, maybe 12, 13, whatever I was. Man, he loved himself some chicken nuggets, and guess what? I love chicken nuggets to this day. But Chick-fil-A's got some pretty solid chicken nuggets, and that was the first time I ever had them. First time I'd ever heard of Chick-fil-A. Early 90s, just crazy times for young Kyle. And if Kyle had this coin, he would easily give it up. He'd slide it across the counter, and he'd get himself a kid's meal, if that was possible. But that was a long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away. But there's Rory, and like we said, we talked about him. So let's pull him out. I know I'm going to like this one. See you later. I want all the Jedis. I want at least one of every Jedi just to kind of have. I want to flesh out the Geonosis battle scene with Jedis. I don't know if he'd be a part of it, but I definitely want to do that one of these days. He's got the big old hammerhead type head. It does move around. A lot of articulation on these compared to the old Power of the Force days. You got the elbow articulation, the old side to side, over the top arm wrestling articulation, of course. Up and down, all around, all that things. You got knee articulation. You got feet that move. Pretty good for the 3 3/4 style line. Just a really, really solid figure here. He's got his Jedi robe on, a lot of colors. He's got some angry eyes. His eyes are up, so it looks like he's, really getting ready to go for battle. I'm going to have to put him against General Grievous. And maybe in my Star Wars Fed, where I'm here playing on my shelves and stuff like that, maybe he won't fall to General Grievous. Maybe he'll survive this one, but definitely like this one. Definitely very happy to have this part of my collection. Like I said, I want as many Jedis as I can get, and old Roarin' is one I do not own. So sign me up. I love it. Will he stand? I don't know. Might have to get some stands for these guys, especially him. He's got some weird body type there, but he kind of looks like E.T. a little bit, doesn't he? Kind of. In a roundabout way, he looks a little E.T.-ish, but Roaring Kebab, I never forgot the guy's name. Sign me up all day. Pick him up if you can find him still to this day at a good price. Definitely worth it if you ask me. But what about CZ4? Not CB4, the Chris Rock classic. We're talking about CZ4. Now, this is one of those ones I'm like, gosh, I don't know who this is. But then when you see the picture on the back, it's all going to come clear. So there it is. Same packaging we saw before. We do get a credit card collection coin with him. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. Anything else here? No. Okay. Let's look at the back. There's Star Wars. There's that glamour shot up there, and that should jog your memory a little bit. We had a brief encounter in the original trilogy with him, Return of the Jedi, Jabba's Palace, if you remember. I always remember seeing this and saying, oh my gosh, I remember that scene where he just popped on screen briefly, this little animation here, or this little picture here, and just being shocked. It's like, oh my gosh, that's creepy. That's kind of a scary looking droid. Just those bug eyes, those big eyes on this guy. But he's got a blurb, of course. We got the cross-sell. We got warnings. We got all that fun stuff. So let's read it. Let's see what's going on here. With old CZ4, model communications business droid, manufacturer Servo Droid Incorporated. Oh, great company. I think I have stock in them. Accessories, surveillance gear, characteristics in bad shape due to dire circumstances. Oh, man, I love the tongue-in-cheek on this one a little bit. CZ4, originally a simple CZ series communication droid, CZ4 has been modified by Jabba the Hutt to continually scan the environment and warn the crime lord of imminent attack. The strain of doing Jabba's bidding has taken its toll, and now the droid lies in pieces in the bowels of the palace until Jabba wants to use him again. So this will be great. I can put him in my Jabba's palace scene. I can kind of add to that collection. Keep going. Let's get more of those. So I like that a whole lot. This one as well from 2007. But just a very creepy looking robot. I just remember this scene very well. And I didn't remember it till I saw the back package. See you later. See you later up high. There it goes. Got the little cross cell. It's probably the exact same thing. Yes, it is, but there's some really good ones. See you later off to the side. There's some really good figures in this coin collection line. There's some really solid, some of the best Star Wars 3 and 4 figures of all time. It just seems to be really hard to get now. Where back in the day they were everywhere, now they're nowhere. That's at least how I see it. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. There's the old coin there, and there's the figure in the plastic prison. No accessories, not a lot to this, so should be a short one. Let's get the coin out. See you later up high. Now, from what I've heard about this coin, and I could be wrong again, but I was told that all these coins, it's just that's how I pick these three together because they all go to chicken restaurants. And this one goes to the granddaddy of them all, and you know what I'm talking about right now. We're talking about KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken, Harlan Sanders' own, the best chicken restaurant of all time. It has to be. It's been there since I was a kid. It's never left me. I remember in college they used to have the KFC buffets. It was like $5.99, and you know, poor college kid Kyle, he would sit there and say, okay, I gotta get this food in here. I better eat this. This is cheap. This is what you got to go to. And you always get the coleslaw there. There's only two good coleslaws in the world. It's KFC and Long John Silver's. Those are the only good coleslaws. Any other coleslaw in the world is disgusting. My grandma, she's always trying to push a coleslaw on me. Grandma, your coleslaw is terrible. I'm sorry. I hate to call a spade right to your face, but Grandma, I just don't like your country coleslaw. Bring me Long John Silver's. Bring me Kentucky Fried Chicken. Sign me up all day long. But the KFC, coleslaw, mashed potatoes and gravy, of course. And then I always get the breast and the wing. I'm a white meat guy, not a big dark meat guy for whatever reason. I get the breast and the wing, and I get an original recipe. And I've always stuck to the original recipe. But then my wife came into my life in 2004, and she's crazy because she went with the extra crispy, and I'd never known anybody to go extra crispy. And I remember just looking at her, and I remember that was a pivotal point in our relationship. This is like 2 months in, we went to KFC, and I said, you know what, I don't know if I can be with this woman. You know, I've always been looking for an original recipe woman, not extra crispy, none of that, you know, what is it, they have the like naked ones now, get out of here with that. But you know, I put aside my differences, I looked through that, and now here we are like 18 years later, my wife and I still together to this day. True story, maybe not, but yeah, it is. But yeah, this one, I believe you can take this to KFC and you can get a coleslaw, mashed potatoes, and a two-piece. And a two-piece with this coin. You just gotta slide it across the table, say I got my CZ4 coin, and they'll know exactly what you're talking about. Somebody feel free to fact check that if they'd wish. I wouldn't because it's true. It's true. But CZ4, a droid that doesn't look like a droid. We're so used to these droids being all one color, like C-3PO's all gold, or that Death Star droid's all black. R2 has his looks. This guy is very dirty, very grimy, but more color to him. And then all the personality in the world with these big bug eyes on this guy. One of my favorite droids ever that I didn't know was my favorite droid ever. Always creepy in the movie, like I said, but this figure is going to look really cool in the corner, creeping people out. And that's what I'm going to do with him on my display as well. More Power of the Force type articulation with this guy, but I guess you don't expect your droids to have, you know, butterfly joints and double jointed elbows and knees. They don't have that type of articulation, but he does bend at the knee. He does have a waist swivel going on. His head moves, of course. His arms go up and down. Just really cool. It's a grimy, kind of dirtier. I like the orange that really pops, and then, of course, the head. Absolutely next level. Love the head on this guy. Just absolutely beautiful. So CZ4, adding to my droid collection, going into Jabba's Palace. I recommend it. I recommend both these. This has been a slam dunk review so far, if you ask me. But we got one more to do. Can Biggs Darklighter bring it home, or will he tear us down? I guess we got to find out right now. So there he is, old Biggs, looking only like he can look, looking like he's somebody before he was somebody, as he's got a cape here. What kind of gentleman walks around with a cape? Well, one I respect and like to be in my older age. Just walking around, and I believe this was from the deleted scene in Star Wars A New Hope. And I never saw those deleted scenes till like a couple years back, I think. I don't remember them at all, and I remember saying, oh, I should watch these deleted scenes. I remember Empire having a deleted scene where the Wampas attack like the Hoth base. Where was that when I was a kid? I love the Wampa. Of course I do. I love hairy bipedal creatures. You guys know that. But yeah, that Wampa attack scene, and then we had Biggs in this kind of outfit looking up at the ships coming through or something along them lines. But there he is. He's got a coin as well. We'll talk about that coin. I'll think something up in between now and then. Or I'm just going to tell the truth, or I'm going to make it up on the spot. We'll see. But there it is. There's the back. You got that picture from the deleted scene like I was talking about. You got the blurb. You got the cross-sell. You got the Star Wars up top. You got the tail of the tape. There's a lot going on here. But let's take a look. Let's see what it says about old Biggs Darklighter in his civilian gear, just rolling around like a young Lando in a cape. Good for him. Character profile, species, human. And he is the son of a wealthy food magnate from the planet Tatooine. What's a magnate? I think I'm a food magnate in my daily job, I believe. Status, close friend, and speeder racing companion of Luke Skywalker. When are they going to give us the animated or live-action child Luke Skywalker videos? Oh, we could learn all about his pod racing and speeder biker racing, all that kind of stuff. Or speeder racing, I should say. Land speeder, that is. The laser cannons of an X-Wing starfighter is his weapon of choice. Characteristics, gives up a promising career in the military to join the Rebel Alliance. Biggs and Luke aspire to enter the Imperial Space Academy together, but only Biggs realizes his dream. At the Academy, Biggs discovers the cruelty and oppression of the Empire and decides to join the rebellion, confiding his secret to Luke during a trip home. So, how the tables have turned. And the turntables have turned. Let's get old Biggs out of the package. See what's doing here. We're going to do a 2-for-1. See you laters off to the side. There they go. And we got another coin, like I said. We got a plastic prison. We got Biggs. It looks like he is locked in. He's got some of that old dental floss. Gotta love that dental floss. There it goes. Cut right through. Cut like a knife. There it is. Get this out. Bam. There it goes. Off the ceiling. Sometimes it happens. Boy, this is a nice one. This is a nice coin, and this coin is an extra special coin because there's a new chicken restaurant on the block, at least in my area, the last couple of years, new to the upper Midwest, we'll call it. And what place is that? It is called Raising Cane's, and I strongly recommend going to Raising Cane's. I absolutely love Raising Cane's. I said, where you been all my life? I used to get it down in Kansas City on my road travels. Now they're finally up in my city, so the world is perfect. The world is united. The world is whole. But a fast up-and-coming chicken restaurant out there, and they do it right. You know, a lot of these restaurants now, they're not trying to be the Jack's of all trades anymore. They're focusing in on a singular focus, and they just have chicken fingers in different sizes. They got a coleslaw. Don't recommend it. Don't recommend their coleslaw. But they just focus in on that, and that's why they only give you a free lemonade with this. Yes, supposedly it's home brewed. It's great lemonade. I've never tried that either. I always get a Coke myself. But apparently you can get a lemonade with this Biggs coin. And it's cool that, you know, they haven't been in our area, but they still accept this coin from 2007 for a free lemonade. I think that's really cool. And kudos to you, Raising Cane. And we're going to put that coin right there in honor of you. So there it is. Somebody can fact check that one if they want as well. I wouldn't waste your time because I'm sure it's correct. But, you know, to each their own. To each their own. Let me get this dental floss off of here. Ooh, we got some issues right off the bat with old Biggs Darklighter. I want my money back. Now, this is very common in the old Jack's days. Jack's Ruthless Aggression wrestling figures. Very common in Mattel, unfortunately, these days, and still in AEW Jazzwares figures. So wrestling headspace. But unfortunately, old Biggs, his cape has stained this coat. So we got blue stains on the arm, the shoulders. Just a hot mess, which it's funny that it's a black cape, but it's stained blue. But I guess that's, you know, science. Science, I guess. So that is very unfortunate. That is very disappointing. And I don't know if I've seen this in other figures in quite some time. So this is a little startling for me. I don't know what to think. This is a very weird one. He's got staining on the legs, the back. I mean, it's basically a hot mess. I guess we did save the worst for last, unfortunately, in this case. He does have the elbow articulation. He's got waist articulation, but he's got Power of the Force style legs, the up and down. He does have a holster he can put his little blaster into, so you won't lose that blaster, which is nice. But this is going to be hot garbage just because he's all messed up all over the place. But Biggs looking really like a guy from the 80s. Almost got that Tom Selleck look. Almost looks like my dad a little bit back in the 80s. You guys saw my dad in the Warlord unboxing. He had that mustache he could set his watch to back in the 80s. But Tom Selleck, my dad, a lot of people had those mustaches in the 80s. I was trying to grow a mustache in the 80s. But, you know, at the end of the 80s, I was 9 years old. I just couldn't quite get over that hump to grow a mustache, unfortunately, when I was 9. But there was a kid in my class that was like 9 or 10, and he kind of had a mustache going. I remember just being in awe of this kid, and I don't know, that's just the way it goes. How did he get that mustache? What's he doing? What's he putting on there? That's growing that somehow? I don't know. This one went way off the rails, this unboxing, but that's how these Star Wars ones go. They get a little boring. You gotta put some fun into it every once in a while, I think. So there it is. We're about 20 minutes. I think it's time to call this one a spade, and get out of here. Nobody wants 20 minutes of vintage Star Wars that I know of. I don't know. But yeah, Biggs, hot garbage, unfortunately. So there you have it. Star Wars. Any comments? Feel free to jump in. What's your favorite of the 3 chicken places? That's probably the most important question here of the 3 we talked about. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. SirPaul64 is where you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson, and of course, ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. So for the Credit Coin Collection Group and chicken restaurants everywhere, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.